All right, I'm thinking about a basic video, just like marijuana legalization. I can't imagine this being a long one, but maybe we'll do drugs generally too. But what are the ideas here? Basically, like, let's do drugs generally. Is like, okay, like let's say we legalize all the drugs. Now people are going to show up and start doing that, and then society is going to be a lot worse, and it's going to be bad for everyone. Okay, so maybe we don't do that. What's the difference with weed? Is like, there's some people who are going to fuck their lives up with weed. Maybe a lot of people too, but there's like 3 or 4 elements. I'll start with the utilitarian reasons. There's like libertarian reasons, which is like, okay, let's balance our concerns, right? We have a bunch of different arguments. We're going to balance them all out. So libertarian reasons, people should be able to do what they want. That's like a good principle in a vacuum. You know, we want to default towards letting people do what they want. So letting people do drugs, legalizing stuff. Utilitarian concern is like, okay, well, if we do that, everyone is going to have a worse experience, and we'd all prefer that we didn't do that. So, okay, like sure, that's an easy one. Utilitarian for weed specifically is like, well, you know, people already have access to this. Nobody is like not doing weed because they can't find any. It's hard to imagine that happening. And it's legal in enough places now that, you know, we don't have state troopers, you know, we don't have a border between states. You could just walk across the state lines and get it. So the fact that it's legal in half of our states and federally illegal is very bizarre. The fact that it's illegal anywhere is a little bizarre on that count. What's the word? Like the way that we have to, okay, here's the easier way to balance this. I'm going to keep all this in the video, even though it's rambly, is like, you have things that are vicey, like alcohol, you know, cake. It's like, okay, well, you probably shouldn't eat too much cake, but it's going to be legal because, like, you're allowed to get yourself fat, right? It's fine. Like, it's not good for society. It's not good for you. You'd probably be happier if there were a little more regulations on sugar, which, hell, there probably should be. But you'll be okay. You know, loosely as a society, you know, alcohol is a good flag in the sand for like what we're going to allow, and weed falls lower on the risk factor than that. I think a more interesting question, because like basically you just have like the spectrum of risk where heroin is at one end and, you know, weed is at the other, or honestly cake is at the other, and you just mark a line somewhere in there, like how Puritan you want to be, how much you want to compromise between liberty and success of society. You know, if you want everyone to be safe and happy and healthy, you could just ban everything and, you know, force people to work 12 hours a day, and that would be the most productive, healthy, safe society, but it wouldn't be a society anyone would want to live in. So you just draw a line somewhere. You have to. You know, the society where everyone is doing black tar heroin every day is not good, and the society where nobody's allowed to do anything is not good. But then there's also like an interesting question of like, you know, if I am a perfect person, a perfect citizen, and every single day of my life I give and give and give to everyone around me, and, you know, I start a really cool business and I make millions of dollars, and, you know, I do right by my family and everyone is doing really well. It's like I'm not gonna fuck up. Like, you know, I could try out some of these crazy drugs once or twice, right? Mushrooms would be a good example, right? Like there are some people who are just, you know, just built different, right? And it sucks that for the what is a good word? I'm trying to find the most alienating word possible. You know, the superiors, the elites, for your betters. But it sucks that some people would be fine to try out these unique experiences, but they can't do it because there's someone else out there who can't be trusted, who's incompetent. So I kind of wish that there was like some kind of outlay for that, because I feel like it would solve a lot of problems. Like, from a libertarian perspective, is like, if you want to try some crazy drugs, it's like, okay, you could do that, but you have to earn it. You know, you have to work. If you work a 10-hour day, 12-hour day, prove it. Like, you really want to try it, like, to the detriment of society. It's like, okay, well, give something back to society, you know? Make some money, and then you can buy yourself a, you know, black tar heroin license for $1 million, right? And it's like, if you want to contribute $1 million to society, that is worth more to society than the damage that you're doing by doing the black tar heroin, okay? So like some exorbitantly priced drug license with a regulated market would probably be better than the black market shit we have right now. And then we can have more control over what hoops people have to jump through, and you know, make sure people are getting clean black tar heroin, and you know, that clean good fent when they hit their fent. So I think that pretty much wraps the drug stuff. I think the most insightful thing there is like the idea of the drug license. I just think it's good. I don't see what the downside would be, you know, like easy to get the lefties on board. They hate the rich anyway, you know, let the rich do black tar heroin, okay? I think that wraps it up. A little rambly, but still 5 minutes, so relatively quick one. And I am heading home. All right, you guys have a good one.